Do you remember this image of Zidane in his office in FC25 career mode? Well, EA have gone ahead and given us a brand new angle now from behind, and we can see Zidane just looking out into the training ground. That is not everything we have gotten, guys. This might be a long video. This is actually the official rating of Endrick in FC25, and this has sparked quite a bit of controversy. So a lot of people are saying he does not deserve this rating, so I want to hear your opinions right now, guys, in the comment section down below. Is this a fair rating or not for Endrick? Obviously, he's just turned 17 years old. He's not played in any big leagues. He's been playing in Brazil and doing quite well, but 77, that is pretty high, I think, as well. Now, EA are definitely teasing an open world mode coming in the future, is the rumors on Twitter. Right now, EA Sports are actually at Gamescom taking questions and stuff about FC25, and just look at this one. It was posted yesterday, 17,000 likes, almost 1 billion views. So there might be some rumors, guys, that open world is in the works, and that is really, really exciting. I've talked about that many times before. This is also the official card of Gareth Bale in FC25, and I mean, 95 pace, 89 shooting, 88 dribbling. I feel like his overall rating is a little bit low. I would probably put him, you know, as a 90. I mean, prime Gareth Bale is honestly one of the most dangerous football players ever. I feel like he could have had like 97 pace as well, but honestly, man, what a card. This is definitely gonna be one of the best new icons in the next game. We also have a brand new stadium, guys. This is the stadium of Lens, or Lens, I think it is in French, in League 1, so they're adding a lot more stadiums, more licenses to more leagues, which is really great to see. This is another one in the French league. But guys, before we move on with some more details, a word from today's sponsor. Are you a fan of the Premier League like myself? Well, EPICBET.com is back with a big challenge where you can win some real money. All you have to do is build your Premier League fantasy team and join the EPICBET League. You might want to enter up right now, because by the end of the season, the top 20 teams are going to share a prize pool of 18,000 euros. So if you love the Premier League and want to make some money at the same time, you can go to EPICBET.com and read all about this campaign. Obviously, the first round is done, so you might want to go ahead and enter up right now while there is still chance to win this. I will also leave a link in the description down below, but as always, remember to be 18 years old and gamble responsibly. EA Sports FC25 FCIQ Deep Dive. That is correct, guys. EA have indeed released some new information about the game, and we're going to be going through everything right now, and there's definitely some details in here you do not want to miss. Welcome to the latest deep dive on EA FC25, where we're taking a look at FCIQ, the new tactical system designed to give you more strategic control and freedom while increasing gameplay variety. My name is Thomas. Yeah, I'm a producer on EAFC, and we're going to be going through this right now. So player roles, this is something that we have already seen before. Here we can see an example of Phil Foden, what he's got. Obviously, inside forward is the best role for him. So a new AI model powered by real-world data influences player tactics on the pitch through all new player roles. The new team management system gives an even better tactical understanding at both individual and team levels. So here we can see the new user interface as well, guys, for team management, and I think it looks really, really nice. Obviously, a lot of new formations this year, and some formations that also have indeed been removed. An overhaul of team tactics modernizes positioning across the pitch, reflecting real-world styles for better match-to-match variation, plus new tactical presets let you emulate your favorite manager's tactics at the click of a button. So in the middle of the game sometimes, guys, EA are literally gonna give you these presets or suggestions for tactics, and I think that is going to be pretty game-changing. So all new real-time suggestions and D-pad functionalities make in-game tactical decision-making more accessible and intuitive than ever. And new broadcast features allow you to better experience the changes as they take effect. So clearly, guys, I mean, the tactic part of the game is massive in FC25. They have done so much new things with that, and you know, this year there's gonna be so many different ways to play the game, more than ever before. And as I said, there's probably gonna be some really, really good people at the game that's gonna figure out some really, really overpowered tactics. So let's take a look at this text. We've seen our community ask for new updates to tactics And our intent is for FCIQ to shake up how players choose to play across all modes. This system is built on 3 main components: player roles, team tactics, and smart tactics. Each element is designed to enhance the game's strategic depth with the goal of enabling a more nuanced and authentic football experience. So let's scroll a little bit further down. I think we're going to be getting into player roles. So this is basically, guide how every player thinks, behaves, and moves off the ball. From goalkeepers to strikers, each position has specific roles and focuses that dictate player behavior, both with and without the ball. So 31 roles in total, that is a lot, and 1 to 3 focuses, totaling 52 unique combinations at launch. So there's going to be a lot of possibilities. As you can see right here, guys, right backs are going to be able to play as a false back. That is basically when they drop into the midfield. As we can see, left backs are going to be able to literally be so far up the pitch. It's unbelievable, almost like a left winger. So that is nice. Obviously, players like Grimaldo, players like Frimpong, players like Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to be having these extra traits basically going forward, because that is what they do in real life. So center midfielders can also play as half wingers. An example of this could obviously be Valverde, because that is what he does in real life, so he's now also going to be able to do this on the game. But I'm sure in career mode they're going to be able to train players for unique certain roles, and you can basically do this with anyone on the game as well. So I think that's going to be possible. But we can go a little bit further down. Roles also determine how your players line up and without the ball, and you can see that reflected in the menu. So without the ball it's looking pretty basic, but with the ball we can see that Carvajal is really attacking right there. Where even is Mendy? Yeah, he is still there as a 3-back defense. And that is interesting to see how they are with the ball, how they are without the ball. Really reminds me of how managers talk tactics in real life football. So here we can see the positions, guys, and what kind of roles they have. So goalkeepers, they have defend, sweeper, keeper. Fullback have defend, balance, wingback, false back, attacking wingback, balanced and attack. I mean, guys, the depth is unbelievable. Defender has stopper, ball playing defender. So I feel like, a player like Virgil van Dijk, for example, who makes these incredible passes up to Salah or whoever it might be in the attack, is probably going to be a ball-playing defender. Defensive midfielders, holding, center half, and deep-lying playmakers. For center midfielders, box-to-box, holding, deep-lying, playmaker, and also a half winger. Right midfielders and left midfielders can play as wingers, wide midfielder, wide playmaker, inside forward, attacking midfielders, playmaker, shadow striker, half winger. So even the attacking midfielders, guys, can almost play as a striker. I feel like this is also going to be really cool in player career mode. Like, even if you are a right midfielder or a center midfielder, you can probably play like as almost an attacker if the manager decides to give you that chance. So strikers, advanced forward, poacher, false nine, and also a target forward. And they've also removed a couple of positions. The center forward and wingback positions have been removed. Work rates have also been removed in the game, and also player instructions obviously now have been replaced by player roles. Philosophy. Before we explore each role, let's discuss our philosophy for designing and building FCIQ and the role system. Our goal is to emphasize squad building rather than just player positions. We want players to think like managers, balancing their team with players who fit their tactical systems and adjusting their tactics to suit their squad. We want to enable you to start creating tactics from one of two general approaches. Create the tactic you want and find a player for it, or get your favorite players and build your tactics around them. Either way, the balance between roles and cohesive tactic is an essential part of creating a strategy that suits your team. It is okay and even expected to use players in a base role if that better fits your tactics. At a minimum level, you need to match your players to their preferred positions. The familiarity system is designed to empower good tactical decisions, but does not dictate them. We do not want to force coaches to use every player in a role plus. or a role plus. There needs to be a balance between tactics and individual performance, so we want to make base roles viable as well. So here we can see a little bit how the roles are going to be looking. For example, advanced forward. So as you can see right there, this is basically similar to what we had before with player instructions. Obviously, as I said already, it has been replaced by player roles. But here we can see they're going through literally every single one. So false 9 positioned in the forward line. These players drop deep to dictate play in space in front of a defense. This also allows them to contribute to the defensive phases of the game. So there we have the false 9, obviously a familiar role from previous games already. And yeah, they're just going to be going through all of this, guys. I mean, you can pause the video if you want and read about it yourself, but it would literally take too long to go through all of these roles individually. But I mean, you can pause the video, as I said already, and you can read all about it. Here we have the box-to-box with Valverde, you know, holding midfielder as well. Gonna be focused more on the defensive part of the game. And obviously what I think is the coolest part about these roles, guys, is you know, that you can play players in positions where you wouldn't be able to do before. Before, you couldn't be able to play a right back as a midfielder like you can do now. That opens up for so many new possibilities on the game. Just take a look at this, guys. I am still scrolling and we are, yeah, down to the goalkeepers right now. The sweeper keeper, a modern goalkeeper who is able to stop attacks and support build-up play. So I'm sure that players like, you know, Ederson, maybe even Alisson is gonna be having this sweeper keeper, probably, obviously Neuer as well. So yeah, really cool to take a look at all of this, guys. Here we go into some more news. Let's take a look at role familiarity. Each player will have a role familiarity that allows them to perform their duties at a higher capacity than other players. A majority of familiar roles are assigned with help from proprietary AI model that uses real-world data. While the roles are determined per position, familiarity is connected to specific players and acts on the role level. Familiarity is position-based, meaning that if a player has that position as one of their preferred ones, they can play in any role in that position. This logic applies to any position a player might have. These are the 4 levels of familiarity in FC 25. A base role means the player can play in that role. They are competent in that role. Role plus, indicated with a plus sign, which means this player is accomplished in the role. Every player in FC 25 has at least one role plus. And then we have role plus plus. So a 2 plus sign indicates the player is a world-class player in this role. So out of position, the yellow exclamation mark indicates a simplified version of the role when the player is out of position. So here we can see all of the different signs, you know, plus, 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 or the yellow exclamation mark. So here you can see that obviously Vinicius Jr. is the best in the inside forward role. He's not going to be good as a holding role. Obviously that would be totally unrealistic because he does not do that in real life. So basically, guys, how players are in real life is determining their best roles in the game. I do like that aspect a lot. And yeah, you can yet again, guys, read all about this. I mean, there is so much info and text right there. It will literally take me a long time, but this is something that I like. So as we can see, Trent Alexander-Arnold, out of position players will still be able to play that position, but at a much lower quality than someone who is designed to be there. This allows you to still use these players, but they might not fit the ideal tactics. So you can even use them when they get this exclamation points, but obviously they're not going to be performing as well as they would in a position where they would have a plus or a plus plus. FC 25 has 4 defensive approaches, which combines line height, depth pressure, and run tracking. Each defensive approach is directly connected to your team's line height, which you can manually adjust between specific values. The higher the line, the higher up the field your defensive line sits. So a little bit similar to what we had before, but I'm sure that it's even more defined this year, and it's gonna matter even more, guys, you know, the tactics that you choose. Look at all of this, guys. Defensive approach, balanced, aggressive, high, deep. You can adjust it yourself, or you can, you know, use some of these presets as well. Build up style, I mean, yet again, guys, you can pause the video if you want. This is simply a lot to go through. I mean, guys, I don't even understand most of this myself just yet. You know, I think we're just gonna have to get the game and play it a lot, and then we're probably gonna be a lot familiar with it, because right now a lot of these things are quite confusing. Here we can see Real Madrid with a few different presets for the tactics. And yeah, you can now even share your tactics as well online, which is crazy. You can have your own codes and share it with people. I think that is going to be also kind of game breaking. As you can see right there, new tactic. There's going to be many different slots that you can use, and presets that you can choose between. So there's also updates to existing tabs, attributes, redistributed, reordered some attributes for easier reading. Playstyles now contains a description of each playstyle that the player has. We've also added a brand new familiar roles tab that showcases all role plus and role plus plus of the selected player. So everything, guys, in one spot. As we can see as well, you can now have more substitutions. While most competitions allow for 5 subs, which can vary, there are only 3 opportunities to sub players in the game, called substitution windows. So that is also brand new, guys. Team management bench. Players are now going to be having 9 available bench slots depending on the mode and the competition, with the aim of enabling more flexibility regarding mid-match tactical changes. I feel like that's going to be massive, especially for online gameplay. And here we've also got the corner tactics. As you can see there, Konate is guarding the back post, Van Dijk is guarding the near post, and we have Nunes as the target player. So here we can see that Van Dijk is guarding the front post, Konate back post, and yeah, that is, you know, gonna be nice, because now you can defend corners way better than before. This kind of reminds me of back in the day, maybe like FIFA 14, where you can actually customize every single corner tactic. Here we can see some of the tactics as well, guys. You can choose between in-game. These are tactics, obviously, you have already saved from before that you can easily change between. So here we can see a little bit of Liverpool. Here we can see Mohamed Salah, tactical change in progress. So obviously, if you do change the tactics, depending on how massive difference it is, it's going to take a little bit of time for the players to obviously adjust and switch between the positions. So yeah, you're going to be having 5 tactic slots, obviously. Tough start, mix it up, press arrow down for tactical suggestions. Yes, guys, as you can see already, this is what I've talked about already. You know, park the bus, tiki-taka. You can literally switch between that as well in game. So what sounds pretty nice, guys, even with the substitutions here as well, is that you don't have to go back into the main menus to switch everything. You don't have to make too many pauses. You can literally do everything from your controller in the middle of the match, and that is realistic, you know. If people want to change up the tactics and stuff in real life, they cannot do a timeout to change the tactics. Everything happens while the play is going on, except obviously for halftime, but that is only one time in the middle of the game. So guys, this year you're going to be able to change between everything just by your D-pad, basically. Obviously, they've added some more stats as well, post-match, as we can see here. There's gotten some new indicators and new graphics there as well. So guys, there's a lot of things on this website, but we have gone through them all, as I said already. You know, it probably would be best if you go ahead and read about this yourself, or you can pause the video at different times if you want to read all about it. But as I said already, I mean, a lot of these things are a little bit confusing right now. A lot of them are brand new, and it's probably gonna be a little bit easier, and we actually get to play the game ourselves and you know, see how these things are actually gonna be working. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, a bit of a long one, but drop a like, subscribe to the channel. We are getting so much new info every single day now of FC25, so make sure to stay tuned on the channel. That is it for today, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.